Has your pet ever shown signs of being stressed, feeling anxious? What are some of those signs? Have you tried anything to help calm your pet's anxiety? How did they work? Hi, I'm Tami Hendrix. I'm an animal communicator, compassionate medium, and healer. And this is Poppy, who's assisting me today with this video. Welcome to my channel. I'm glad you're here. Today we're going to talk about understanding your pet's anxiety and the steps you can take to help them. Heads up, what you learn about your pet's anxiety will help you understand your anxiety as well. So what is anxiety anyway? According to Carla McLaren, author of The Language of Emotions, anxiety is an essential emotion that helps motivate you to get things done by giving you a lot of energy. She says most people don't understand how anxiety works or how to work with it. If you don't know how to gather yourself when all that energy is present or don't understand why it's there, it can jangle your nerves. Anyone relate to that? Anxiety is a natural response to stress or danger, which can include feelings of worry, nervousness, panic. It's an emotional state that can vary in its intensity, from mild apprehension to, if you turn the volume up just a little bit more, to intense fear or dread. Anxiety is often accompanied by physical symptoms like heart rate pounding, trembling, difficulty in concentrating. While anxiety is a normal part of everyday life, and it can be beneficial by bringing us that energy because it makes us want to take action, it becomes a problem when it becomes excessive and persistent and interferes with our daily activities. Anxiety is future-oriented, but our bodies live in the present moment. So it can feel very ungrounding and destabilizing for all of us. It's a racy emotion that simultaneously pushes us forward and at the same time calls for balance. Both humans and animals experience varying degrees, so understanding and addressing anxiety is crucial for managing it. What are some of the signs that tell you your pet is feeling anxious or stressed? Much like ours, restlessness and pacing. Just can't settle down. This may happen in thunderstorms or fireworks. What about panting or drooling? Poppy gets super anxious when she's groomed and will drool. Whining, barking, vocalizing, cats meowing and yowling. Has your cat ever yelled? Or your dog whined for no apparent reason? Samson, a beautiful German Shepherd, lets his person know when he's upset by whining constantly, which drives her crazy. Hiding or withdrawal. Some animals self-soothe by seeking out hiding places or avoid social interaction. They'll go hide under things. They'll go in another room. My daughter's cat, Maddie, will do this. She'll go under a bed and you won't be able to find her for a while. Destructive behavior. Chewing furniture, scratching, digging. The message of anxiety, remember, is do something. Changes in appetite. Some animals may refuse to eat, while others may overeat. Licking or grooming excessively. Cats may overgroom. Dogs may lick their paws excessively. I had a dog named George who licked his paws methodically whenever he was overwhelmed. And I'd look at him, it was like he went into another world. He licked, and it soothed him, actually. George had been left in an apartment by his person who moved out, and he was found 3 or 4 weeks later. And I feel during that time, he developed the nervousness and the need to kind of like calm himself down. Trembling or shaking. Some animals, especially dogs, may visibly shake when anxious. Ollie, a feral Jack Russell Terrier who came to me many, many years ago, shook constantly after he came. He was so terrified of humans. I would sit with him for a very long time every day, and he would shake and shake and shake. And of course, I couldn't scoop him up and hold him because he was feral and he wouldn't let me touch him. So it took him quite a long time for that anxiety to calm down. And it never left completely. But I'll tell you something interesting about trembling or shaking in animals. They're actually moving energy out. So even while Ollie was, shaking after being caught on the lamb, about 3 or 4 weeks into it, I remember I sat with him one day like I always had been, and he looked at me, started just shaking, looked at me, and then it's like something went over his face where he was like, wait a minute, I can shake and I'm okay. Or I can not shake and I'm okay. And from that day forward, Ollie got a lot better, and he always was better with the other animals. Aggression. Anxiety can manifest as aggressive behavior toward people and animals. Inappropriate elimination. Cats may urinate outside the litter box, and dogs might have accidents indoors. So, have you noticed any of these signs in your pet? What about yourself? Ever get restless? Do you remove yourself from overstimulating situations? Maybe it's a big crowd and you're just like, whoa, that's too much. I need to go to a quieter part of the room, or too much social interaction. What about your appetite? Do you lose it? Do you want to eat more? Does anxiety make you feel irritable and snappish towards others? I'd love to hear in the comments how you've noticed it in your pet or yourself. Our pets are wonderful teachers and often mirror us, showing anxious behavior as a reflection of our own. That's why it's helpful to understand their behavior rather than judge it or push it away, because it may be a pointer to how you're feeling and what your anxiety is trying to tell you. What is its message to you? So what are some of the other ways we share anxiety traits with our pets? Emotional synchrony. Pets, especially dogs, are highly attuned to their person's emotions. Mikey, a big black lab of mine, started exhibiting really odd, strange sitting positions, like he was slightly uncomfortable and he tried to adjust himself. And this went on for a bit, and I didn't quite know what it was. And then he started going in circles. Well, the day he started going in circles, I really freaked out, and he couldn't seem to stop it. So the more he did it that day, the more I became super anxious and worried. And then one day, I noticed that his anxiety was ramping up when mine ramped up. So by that time, we're both running in circles. He definitely synchronized with my stress levels. The anxiety in both of us was like an emotional contagion. Behavioral mirroring. Pets often mirror the behavior of their people. If you are anxious and display signs of restlessness, pacing, or nervous habits, your pet may do the very same thing, just like Mikey and I did that to each other. The mirroring creates a feedback loop where both your anxiety and your pets reinforce each other. Environmental influences. Shared environments can contribute to shared anxiety traits. For example, a chaotic or stressful household might lead for both of you to feel anxious. Changes in routine, loud noises, unfamiliar people or animals can trigger it as well. Attachment styles. Pets with anxious attachment to their owners may display separation anxiety. They can become quite distressed when their owner is away. Similarly, if you're a helicopter parent with a pet, you too can become overly worried about your pet's well-being. So now that we've talked about some different signs your pet may be experiencing anxiety and how we share those traits with them, what are some strategies to help with an anxious animals or ourselves? Number 1, create a timeout space. Provide a quiet, comfortable area where the animal can be secure and safe. The more boring, the better. My dog, Ivy, is absolutely terrified of thunderstorms. So I put her in a room that has no windows, and she's in a quiet part of the house. She settles right down. Routine, routine, routine. Animals and people thrive on routine. So maintaining a consistent schedule for feeding, walks, and playtime can reduce anxiety. My dog, Tigger, has to have the same routine every day. If you vary it slightly, he gets super nervous. He really relies on the stability of the predictable day and the predictable movements. Exercise and mental stimulation. So remember what I said earlier, how anxiety urges us to move and gives us the energy to do it? So regular physical activity and interactive toys actually can help burn off nervous energy and keep the mind engaged. I'll go on bike rides to move energy through my body. Dogs may do zoomies. Calm environment. Minimize loud noises and sudden changes in your environment. For a sensitive, nervous animal, those can be quite jarring. It can be the smallest little thing, and you might not understand why, but they're intuitive and they're sensitive, and it really gets them. Calm environments may have soft music playing. I know I've done that with mine. I also find turning on white noise has helped several of mine, and turning on cartoons to let them watch that. They actually like that quite a bit. Ivy, who I've already mentioned, enjoys the constant hum of the white noise in her safe room. Flower essences. Those are wonderful holistic drops you can put in their water or on their head or ear. The flower essence serve to calm the nervous system. Ours too. I've used them for years with my animals, and I've used them at times for myself. I've even taken an essence when an animal is having a similar kind of life experience that I have, so we take it together. Comfort items. We all need our comfies. Favorite toys, blankets, or items with familiar scents. What are some of the ways you've used to help calm your pet's anxiety? Please share in the comments, as it will help us all. Pets in particular are judged for what can be considered annoying behavior that needs to be fixed. You may understand your pet's anxiety in a different way now, which will not only contribute to their well-being, but it will create a deeper bond between you. I hope you've gotten something out of this today. If so, please like this video. And if you've really gotten something out of this, subscribe to my channel. Next week, I'll be back to share more messages from the animals. You won't want to miss it. Look forward to seeing you then.